Hello everyone, my name is Natasha Blunt, and this is my presentation on social media, the effects on adolescent mental health. Social media has become a substantial part of adolescent socializing and communication. It's important to understand what effects this platform has on adolescent mental health. With growing concerns regarding cyberbullying, sexting, harassment, and internet addiction, researchers have only begun to identify correlations between mental health and social media use. Parents have long had social media influence on their radar, with cinema taking notice as well. Since this platform's innovation is not likely to go anywhere anytime soon, it deserves a comprehensive look. Sabir Bhatt is a PhD student at Lovely Professional University School of Education in India. Using related literature, the author indicates the susceptibility of our youth to this form of social isolation and the effects on anxiety resulting in suicide. Through identifying the mentality of adolescents regarding social media platform, the author makes a strong case for further discussions regarding the effects and role of social media on mental health, helping us to foresee and intervene where necessary. Jenna Christopherson's sociological article identifies the effects this platform has on adolescent minds. Using empirical data and understanding correlations made with addiction and status updating, the author succeeds in proving the topic must be further explored. Albert Bandura's social cognitive theory asserts behaviors are socially learned through observational learning and vicarious reinforcement, through observing social interactions and lack of consequence. This theory indicates the power social influence has. He also emphasizes the role of self-efficacy as a crucial aspect of social learning. Social media is taking an active role in the descent of adolescent mental well-being. There's a great amount of brain growth and development at this stage in life. A quest for identity is matched with a lack of self-regulation and risk-taking behavior, blurring the lines between their online identity and their offline identity. With teenagers being the most active users of social media, they are at the highest risk of developing mental health issues. Teens are consistently seeking their identity, and social media is assisting them in that pursuit. The search can be based on false images and elaborate visual facades. Cyberbullying is a growing concern, paving the way for adolescent mental welfare decline. A quantitative study on the impact of social media on our teens and families stated that once SNS depression has set in, the teen may become more at risk for social isolation and turn to risky internet sites and blogs for help that may promote substance abuse, unsafe sexual practices, or aggressive or self-destructive behaviors. Social media allows its participants to feel less accountability for their actions. The nature of these platforms makes it all the more difficult for young minds to rationalize their behaviors. Cyberbully, a movie in 2011, deals with a young girl and her involvement with a social media platform very similar to today's Facebook. Taylor tries to commit suicide. Thankfully, a friend manages to stop her. It shows the whole process from getting online to receiving threats and feeling hopeless and isolated. Intended for adolescents, this movie is a great way to show what not to do as well as what type of things to report should they see them online. Secondly, I chose the 2013 documentary In Real Life. This helps us to better understand what it's like to be a teenager connected via the internet. This documentary takes its viewers from the bedrooms of teenagers to the world of Silicon Valley to find out what it exactly the internet is doing to our children. Cyberbullying, sexting, harassment, and addiction are just some of the negative products of social media access. Although not all things are quite negative, a big part of our youth's social and emotional development is taking place online, using platforms like Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so forth. Social media envy is a catalyst for depression when youths measure their own worth by the reflected worth of other online participants. According to the American College of Pediatricians, over half of adolescents state that they have been bullied online, and over 25% of adolescents state they've been bullied repeatedly through the internet or on cell phones. In conclusion, understanding the risks helps parents and professionals better stay involved in the subjectivity of the adolescent social media user. Psychologically, there's so much growth at this stage, and the web is highly unregulated in terms of content. Mental health is increasingly valuable in a society that pulls us in all directions. Media advances so quickly that children immerse themselves without knowing how to properly stay afloat. These youth have only begun to define themselves, seeking guidance in their peer interactions. It's important that we stay both involved and informed. Thank you.